New independent national sales director Ari Hathaway, who recently debuted out of the Dacia-Wigant area, has a passion that gives her power in this business. Her power is in the discipline of her commitment to her dreams. So see, she's not so very different from you, is she? And after listening to her, you may see that you are not so very far from where you want to be with your dreams. Listen and be motivated and inspired with Ari's tips and scripts for making your dream a reality.
Well, I love to talk about booking because truly booking is the lifeline to your business. And if you pulled out your date book right now, I can tell you how much money you're going to make this month. If it's blank, you know it's not so good. But if it's filled up with appointments, girl, I want to hang out with you. And let me tell you, the more times you write in your date book, it's equivalent to writing inside of your checkbook. Have you heard that? Every time you write in your date book, imagine that you are writing numbers into your checkbook. And booking truly is the most important activity because without appointments, nothing happens. So I want to take you through some tips on how you can book. And this is one of the things I really want you to think about. I'm all about strategy, so I'm going to let you into my strategic brain today. When you're writing into your date book, always overbook. Always overbook. If you've ever worked at a dentist's office, a doctor's office, an attorney's office, a hair salon, anywhere that has appointments, what do? They overbook. This is nothing that's exclusive to Mary Kay, nothing that makes us different. They know somebody's going to call last minute to cancel or to move their appointment, right? And if nobody shows up in that time slot, they're losing money. And so every time you put one person in on one slot, you're putting all your eggs into that one basket. And when that little chick doesn't hatch, we're sad. And we're like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have done this Mary Kay thing. What was I thinking? This is so hard. How many of you have been there? We've all been there. And so let me just teach you to put more eggs into your basket. And I'm going to teach you how to book more than one appointment into each slot. Your time is your life, and it is the most precious thing that you have, and you have to value it. If you put more than one appointment into that slot, you're increasing your chances for success. Now, I've been doing this for 7 years. I double book, triple book, so you get good at doing this, and you develop a skill. And I will tell you, in 7 years, I've never seen 2 appointments actually hold. That might be shocking news to you, because you're thinking, what do I do if they both hold? If they actually do, this is what you do. How many of you have a sister consultant? Maybe there's one sitting next to you. Okay, how many of you think she'd like to take a last-minute appointment? You call her up and you say, hey, girlfriend, what you doing tonight at 7? Great, listen, I've got this party. I can't make it. Would you like it? How many of you think she's going to say no? Exactly. How many of you have ever said, I wish there was more than one of me? You know, there could be 10 of you on one night. If you worked really smart, where you had 15. I mean, just think about this. You're guaranteeing yourself absolute and total success. Let's learn the skill and the art of booking more than one appointment into that slot. Does that sound good? Okay, so we have to have the right attitude, right? So you have to send the correct message to your brain when you are about to book. So I need everyone to repeat after me. I am a master booker. Everyone I know wants to book with me. I am a master booker. Everyone I know wants to book with me. How does that feel? See, this is what you need to do to yourself. You know, right before Rocky goes into the ring, he's like this, and his coach is right behind him, and he's rubbing his shoulders. He's like, you're a champ. You can do this. Come on, knock him out, right? And who's in our home doing that for us? Right, exactly. So we have to learn to do it for ourselves. We have to learn to pump ourselves up. We have to learn to send the correct message. How many of you know right now you could pick up the phone and book anybody? What message are you sending to your brain? Because you could be dreading it, right? Oh, it's so heavy, that phone. I can't pick it up. What if they say no? What if? We think don't we play all these scenarios in our head? So what do you think your success rate is going to be if those are the messages you're sending to your brain right before you pick up the phone? Right? So you have to clear your mind. You have to send the correct message to your brain. I always try to do something fun right before I get on the phone. If you've never had a café con leche, you probably had a latte. Kind of close. Not exactly the same. But I love those, and I drink one of those, and then I can get on the phone. But something that's fun to you, but what I tell girls to do is, and I'm not joking, I actually do want you to write this down, is to do 10 jumping jacks. Please do not hurt yourself. I could just see you at the hospital. Ari told me to do 10 jumping jacks, and because if you get on the phone and you sound like this, hi, this is Ari. Yeah, hey girl, how are you? Yeah, I'm tired. You tired? I'm tired. I'm so tired. Listen, I am so excited. So excited. I decided to start my own business. I know that's crazy because I'm so busy, but I mean, if you sound like that, who's going to want to, can I call you back? Oh yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, no one is going to want to book you. If you do your 10 jumping jacks and you get up and, hey, Susie! Oh my God, guess what? You need to sound like you have gossip. The worst of scenarios could be occurring to her at that exact moment. Is she going to hang up the phone? Negative. She will not hang up the phone. So sound like you've got gossip. Guess what? I'm so excited. Guess what? She'll say what? I am so excited. I decided to start my own business, and now I teach skincare and mineral makeup with Mary Kay, and I have a huge goal. My director has challenged me to do 30 facials and makeovers in 30 days, and I would love to borrow your face. I'm available Tuesday at 7, Thursday at 7, or Saturday at 10. Which one works best for you? That script is the script that Daisha Wiegand, my sales director, now my national sales director, gave to me the day I began Mary Kay at New Consultant Orientation. And these are the powerful words that she gave me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And a lot of you have a script that your sales director gave you, and it sounds a lot like that, right? Raise your hand. You have it. Keep your hand up if you actually use it verbatim. Exactly. There it is. Look around the room. Just about everybody's hand went down. And I've had consultants call me and say, nobody's saying yes, nobody will lend me their face. I'm like, really? Why? And they say, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, tell me what you're saying. Well, I say this and this and this. I'm like, who taught you how to say that? They're like, I'm like, but why would you say that? That's not what I taught you to say. I don't understand. How many of you have heard your director say this to you? And that's why you're laughing. Oh, this is good. Okay, fantastic. So if it works, why? And I know what you're thinking. Oh, but she doesn't know my friends, and she doesn't know my family, and she doesn't know. It actually works. I can tell you I was the furthest from being a Daisha Wiegand when I started Mary Kay 7 years ago. Not only was I terribly, painfully shy, I was a total tomboy, and none of this really fit into my life. I didn't even wear jewelry, I didn't wear any makeup, but let me tell you something she had that I wanted. And all I knew was she was way too young and did something that was way too easy for me not to copy how she said. I didn't change a word, I didn't change a punctuation, I didn't change a comma, I didn't change a thing. And I'm gonna tell you why. For fear of failure. I was too afraid for this not to work. She knows what she's doing. I was like, what? Are you serious? You just told me to put my eyeshadow on my eyes and my blush on my cheeks and my lipstick on my lips, and I already knew how to do all that. How do I do this? So it really, truly works, okay? So use the scripts that your director teaches you. Do your 10 jumping jacks, use your scripts. So who do we book? There's 3 places that you book, or 3 people that you book. Here they are. Number 1, the people you know. The people you know. That's called your circle of influence, right? Some of us have a really large one. Some of us have a smaller one. Some of us, we moved away from our large one. Some of us are remaking our circle of influence, but it's the people you know. Number 2 is you book from your bookings. You book from your bookings. Put a star next to that. We're going to come back to it. And number 3, networking. Networking. Networking is also called warm chattering. And networking, I'm going to give you the definition, is taking advantage of the opportunity to make a new contact. taking advantage of the opportunity to make a new contact. I want to talk about that. Let's go up to number 1, the people you know. So have you made a list? Who's got it separated into 2? My list and my chicken list. And we got that? Okay. Trust me on this, call that chicken list. Those sharp women, the one that you're scared of, those are probably the ones that are going to help you the most. They're super sharp. And when they tell you something, they're women of their word. Those people that we're scared to call, that's where it's at. That truly is where it's at. You got to find the courage. I'm going to tell you where I found the courage. Are you ready? To me, it was scarier to be back at the end of the month with more month than I had money. That was scarier than picking up the phone and asking somebody something and getting a no. Because if they say no, what changed? Nothing. That's exactly right. If they said yes, what would change? Pick up the phone and call the chicken list, okay? So you have a list of everybody that you know, and if you've already asked them and they said yes and I'll call you later, and you know, how many of you have gotten a lot of that? The runaround. Okay, here it is. Are you ready? Basically what they're doing is they're fetching you a bone to see if you're going to chase it. Does that make sense? Let me give her an excuse that'll get her off my back for a couple weeks, and hopefully by then she's forgotten about this Mary Kay thing. I'm being serious. Your friends, your family, the people who love you, the ones that you love, want nothing more than to see you succeed. However, they do not want you to waste their time. And if you're just doing this little Mary Kay thing to see how it works, blah, 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 you are wasting their time. But if they know that you are committed, they will help you. So you have to prove to them that you are committed. And how do you prove to them that you're committed? You call them again, and you ask again. And if they love you and you love them, you probably even have permission to have this type of a conversation with them. You know who these people are. You ask them again, hey, you asked me to call you back in 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, I know, but my son is sick this week and da-da-da. Say, you know what, I completely understand that. I have kids, grandkids, whatever, and I know that when they get sick, everything gets thrown out of whack. But I want you to understand something. I will call you back because I am so committed to my business, and I want you to understand why. You see, I started this business because I have a dream in my heart, and the dream in my heart is to pay off my debt. The dream in my heart is to be home with my children. The dream in my heart is to take my mom on a vacation of a lifetime. The dream in my heart is to own a home. The dream in my life is to be able to be home and do, you know, whatever your dream is, tell her. I have made a commitment and I have a dream. And it is through Mary Kay that I'm going to achieve that. So I want to thank you in advance. Thank you for helping me. And I'm going to call you in a week when Brandon is better and everything's okay. I promise I'm going to call you. And I appreciate you so much. They need to hear those words. Sometimes we're afraid to say that. But I'm going to tell you why they're going to help you. Because they love you. If they love you, they will help you, period. Now, when you're talking about people who don't love you, who you just know, it is okay. It is okay to tell them your dream and your goal. I'm going to tell you why people helped me. They knew I started this business to buy a home. And I needed to buy a home worse than the air I was breathing. Like, I was just like, I need to buy a home right now. It was a huge goal that I was absolutely 100% committed to. So when somebody gave me an excuse, I did not chase the bone. I was not about to go off on a rabbit trail. I stuck to the course, whatever excuse they gave me. We're going to talk about overcoming objections in a minute. So number 1 is booking the people that you know. Use the Power Start script that your sales director taught you. Number 2, we had a star next to booking from your bookings. This is the key. Okay, so I visited a few parties that were non-Mary Kay parties just to pick up a few tips. Okay? And this is great to go watch other people do parties and make your best version of a party. The most important thing at a party is, are you ready? Connect. You must connect. Sometimes we're so worried that we're going to forget something, that we're not going to say something, that we're not going to tell them what the time-wise complex is and what this consists of and that and that and that. That really, honestly, we look quite boring. We look frantic, we look scared, and nobody wants to be with us. But if you're in there connecting with women, how many of you are good at connecting? See what I'm talking about? If your only focus is connecting, okay, here it is. These are the facts. When you walk into a party, know this. The sky is blue. Mary Kay is awesome. Nobody's put it on and going, oh, well, that's just horrible. It's not. It's not. They go, oh, right? Don't they? The sky is blue, Mary Kay is awesome. So do you need to prove that Mary Kay is awesome? No. Why do people buy from you? One reason and one reason only. Because they like